Everyone tried to end Poland's existence. Firstly, its location along the Baltic Sea made it strategically valuable, tempting other empires to expand their territory. Secondly, Poland often acted as a protective zone between these empires, so controlling it would increase their power in Eastern Europe. Thirdly, religious differences, like Poland being Catholic and empires being Orthodox or Protestant, led to tensions. Poland's wealth and resources was also attractive, and its alliance with France sometimes worried others. Why
You should never go to Dunkin' Donuts. I just found out that Dunkin' throws away all their donuts at the end of the day instead of giving it to the homeless. I had to see for myself. So I ran to the dumpster and there it was, trash bags full of donuts.
Bruh.
How could they do this? I was so angry that I took it personally. So I ran home, went online, and I filled out a job application.
Several months later.
I got hired. Finally, I'm gonna get my revenge. But first, they made me sweep the floors, clean the windows. I was exhausted. Finally, my boss told me to throw away all the donuts, but instead of going to the dumpster, I ran home with it.
Bruh.
Subscribe if you love donuts.
This is the story of the Wendy's 9-stack T-Rex burger. In 2004, Wendy's ran an ad featuring a huge fake burger, and even though it wasn't real, people started to order it. And believe it or not, a Wendy's in Canada actually started to sell it. Now, unfortunately, corporate caught wind of what was going on and quickly shut it down. Today, you won't see the T-Rex burger on the official Wendy's menu, but certain locations have been reported to make it for you if you ask nicely. This is
one of the coolest lighters we've ever released. I swear you have to check it out. It has a sick feature that no other lighter has, a multicolor flame. Check this out. Orange. Pink. Green. Only thing, I haven't chosen a name yet. Any suggestion? One of the
The humble sugar cube was invented because of sexism. So in the 1800s, sugar wasn't just in everything already. Basically, you'd get all dolled up with your girlies to tip-tap your way to the market. And at the market, you'd find this cone-shaped thing, a loaf of sugar, and you'd grab your cone-shaped sugar loaf, bring it home, and start cutting it up to put sugar in your food and drink. But there's a problem. Wife that stay at home all day and is only allowed in the kitchen and forced to feed me when I'm tired. Bring me sweet treats, please. No problem. I have no agency. No problem. Let me just get out my sugar nips here. Well, that is stupid way to have to cut the sugar. So Jakob invents the sugar cube, pre-measured granulated sugar that dissolves on its own.
In 1983, a South Korean flight mistakenly entered Soviet airspace. Fearing a US attack, Soviets quickly shot it down, killing 269 innocent people on board. 3 weeks later, Soviet Union's nuclear warning system became active and reported the launch of multiple ICBMs from the US bases. Stanislav Petrov was an officer in command center at that time. When computers reported an ICBM attack, Petrov called it a computer error. He believed in order to defeat the Soviet Union, the US would have to launch hundreds of missiles at the same time, not the 5 missiles that the computer was showing. He asked everyone to stay calm and not do anything. Turns out he was right. It was a satellite warning system failure. Had he given orders to launch the missiles, it would have started a nuclear war. In 1980,
Motherfuckers, what's wrong with you? I am so tired of purchasing things and hearing from people who do nothing for charity what I could have done with that money instead. We're sometimes providing meals, big meals that fill people's stomach for 40 cents, 30 cents. But when I think of all the billions with a B, donated to charity since the 1960s and 70s, since Live Aid was a big thing, I think, what the fuck have these charities actually been doing? Because if you give me access to the kind of money that these charities have, no one in the world and no child will ever be hungry ever fucking again.
Let's see if we can get some free sodas using a grenade inside the vending machine.
Okay. Wait.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
I don't know why, but my heart rate is going up.
Mine too.
Let me breathe for a second. 3, 2, 1. Fire in the wall! Oh, thank God I went ducking. Well, now you guys can see what's inside of a vending machine. Let's see if we can...
These are the weirdest lighters we made. Number 1, the helmet. Number 2, the broken extinguisher. Number 3, the mini cannon. Number 4, the roll-and light. Number 5, the battery lighter. Number 6, the Eagle of Freedom. These are the
Sir, why is it so cold at the top of a mountain? Because the top of a mountain is actually closer to the sun. So why would it be cold? I think the school needs to give your parents a refund. Well, did you know that a frog can jump higher than an Eiffel Tower? Really? That's because an Eiffel Tower cannot jump. I'll trump that. You know dinosaurs can't eat fish even if they wanted to? Why not? Because they're dead. Well, you know the world famous actor The Rock isn't actually a rock. No kidding, Sherlock. Obviously, you moron.
This is a plague doctor from the 17th century, and believe it or not, this ridiculous costume actually ended up saving these doctors' lives, but not how you would think. You see, these doctors were hired by cities during bubonic plague breakouts, and at the time, it was believed that this plague was caused by bad air. So they stuffed a bunch of spices into a beak to act as a respirator. They also wore a long gown coated in wax to prevent this bad air from sticking to them. Now, they were wrong about this bad air theory. The plague was actually caused by fleas, but because they coated their gowns in wax, it prevented the fleas from nesting on them, which ended up saving a lot of these doctors' lives.
It's all gonna be safe, and we're all gonna have a great time. What in the Jesus Christ was that?
The 3 most dangerous jobs in the world. Number 3. Prison guards. They must constantly face the threat of being attacked by inmates or preventing an escape. Inmates significantly outnumber the prison guards, making it a very dangerous job. Their role is not only physically demanding, but also requires exceptional mental fortitude. Number 2. Offshore oil rig workers. These workers labor in the middle of the ocean to extract oil. However, the risks of explosions and fires are extremely high, which can lead to casualties. Additionally, ocean waves can shake the entire oil rig structure, making the work even more perilous. It's a profession that demands constant vigilance and safety measures to protect against these dangers. Before revealing the number 1, remember to subscribe and like the video. Number 1. Wind turbine technicians. These technicians often contend with wind turbines catching fire and other malfunctions that can be very challenging to repair. Their job involves working at great heights and in hazardous conditions. The 3 most
I asked an AI to rewrite the script for a Mr. Beast video. These are the results. Hey guys, it's Mr. Beast, and today we're playing Squid Game in real life with my good friends John Cena and Travis Scott. The rules are simple. Compete in childhood games for a chance to win $5. As the intro continues, there is a sudden explosion and the set is destroyed. Everyone is heard yelling and panicking. What the hell just happened? I don't know, but we need to get out of here. Everyone follow me! Everyone starts running towards the exit, trying to avoid the falling debris. Why is John Cena so big? The group improvises with games using whatever is left of the destroyed set. And the winner of the Squid Game is John Cena. Mr. Beast approaches John Cena to give him his $5 prize, but as he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out a gun instead. I asked an
If a Filipino were to enter the back rooms in one way or another, a few good things might transpire. Firstly, the back rooms would create mutated human-sized onions with the speed of rolling coconuts. Secondly, if the Filipino were to possess a level 10 karaoke machine, the entities around them would self-destruct. If you don't want to go to the back rooms, like and share. If a Filipino were to enter the back rooms in one way or If a Filipino
I'm not a crazy rich Arab, but when people see my face, my beard, and my clothes, they think I'm made of oil money. Why? Because of stereotypes. Stereotypes hurt people like you and me, and they can even ruin lives. For example, when you meet someone from the Middle East and they look Arab, you think they have oil money. Because of that, when you're a Gulf Arab and you're not rich, you think something's wrong with you. You put huge pressure on yourself to live up to your country's image. That's why thousands of Gulf Arabs take loans and buy luxury cars and clothes just so they can look rich. And it's not just Arabs. It happens to everyone who's a victim of stereotypes.
When a Russian pilot fired off 2 missiles at an RAF surveillance plane in September 2022, it nearly dragged NATO and Russia into a direct war against each other. He wasn't supposed to fire his missiles, but the problem was, he didn't know that. You see, when the 2-person Su-27 came across a 30-crew RAF plane as it was traveling over the Black Sea, ground control simply gave the Russian pilots the following ambiguous orders. You have the target. That's when the Russian pilot fired the first missile, which missed. The other Russian pilot, who didn't think they had been given permission, then started to yell at him, and an argument broke out. But that didn't stop the first pilot from locking onto the spy plane and firing yet again. Thankfully, this missile simply fell from the wing, either having been aborted or having malfunctioned. While some people characterized the incident as a near shoot-down that could have been an act of war, it fortunately did not escalate any further.
Today I ran to my favorite vending machine. I pulled out some quarters, but when I got there, the sign said out of order. I was so mad.
What is your favorite?
Lighters, but they don't look like lighters. Number 1, the helmet. The eagle.
One chip challenge. Will it cream? The number one thing that people suggested I turn into ice cream was the one chip challenge, so that's what we're gonna do today. It came in this really nice packaging, which honestly is better because it was $15 for one chip. But anyways, I whipped out my 13-year-old ice cream maker and got my ingredients together. In a bowl, I put half and half sugar in the one chip. I then crushed it up and whisked it together a little bit to get it nice and incorporated before I put it into a blender. This is to make sure that I get all the spices mixed in with the cream. And once I opened this blender cup, it was smelling really spicy and I might have burned off a couple nose hairs. But after that, I strained out the chunks because the spicy coating already got mixed in and I didn't want it to be a chunky ice cream. The cream had this orangey yellow color and smelled like it came from the depths of hell. But I just put the lid on and started churning the ice cream. Once it was really thick, I added this piece to the top that squeezes it out and I dispensed my ice cream. It honestly kind of smells like Doritos. It came out really thick and creamy, so it actually looks really good. I'm sure the taste is gonna be interesting. Here goes nothing. That's spicy. 7 out of 10. One chip.
Burger King did something in 2017 that was kind of cruel. If you Google Whopper severance package, you'll see a stunt that the company pulled 5 years ago. The concept was simple. If you were fired from Burger King and announced it on LinkedIn, you'd get a free Whopper gift card. 2,500 people made the confession and ended up receiving the Whopper severance package. Burger King did something.
This is not a regular lighter. That's because it's hacked. In order to do this, you have to play with the mechanism that releases the butane. If you open this metal cap, you can unscrew the gas valve forever. And that's how you get the crazy flame. We did the same thing with the Jedi torch, and the result is insane. This is not a regular...
This guy skydived from outer space all the way down to the ground on Earth just to hold the record for the longest supersonic freefall. He really wanted to be the first human outside of an aircraft to break the sound barrier. So I guess they shot him into outer space in a small rocket, and then moments later he just jumped. And after 24 seconds of falling, he hit Mach 1 speed and broke the speed of sound. The biggest concern for him was to go into a violent spin, and he said he was mentally prepared for it. And after 34 seconds, he started to spin, and it does not look good. And this is all happening while he's falling 600 miles per hour. And there's no protocol for this. He's just spinning, and then he stopped spinning until he started spinning the other way. But he was able to figure out a method to stabilize himself. And he did it with the placement of his hands because it had a device called the G-Wiz, and it has sensors on it that helps deploy a drug chute and pulls you out of a flat spin. And now at this point, it's just a free fall to safety. And he was super relieved to be able to remove his helmet and breathe fresh air, and he made it to the ground. I don't think any... This guy...
You aren't ready for this one. I don't like anyone else. Damn it, TikTok, why? What the f***? I've seen Taliban beheading videos that are less appalling than this. But if I have to suffer through it, you do too. But look, if you're gonna get the body mod, you can't stop at like a ranch dipping bowl. You gotta make it into like an ashtray, maybe as a candle holder. And hell, it looks like a good place to put an infinity stone.
I am inevitable.
You aren't ready.
If you got 500 grand for every second you spend in a microwave, how long you staying in there?
500 grand?
Bro, I'm staying till I melt.
For every second?
Every second you stay in there, you got 500 grand. I'm staying till I melt.
I'm going 1 second.
You just getting one in and out.
Bro, well...
Dip your toes in and come back out.
What are you going to do when you're melted, bro? You're going to be a puddle of mud.
Does it microwave, is that going to heat me up from the inside out?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah, that's
radioactive. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Wait, microwaves are radioactive?
Yeah, bro. You're either going to get a superpower or you're going to melt. Like one or the other.
From Hiroshima.
Yeah, bro. Like, you're going to be the Godzilla version of a human.
Would I be able to breathe fire?
It's 50-50.
You either come out being able to breathe fire or you come out and you're not alive.
Yeah, but if you come out and you breathe fire, you also have a couple $1 million.
If you got...
In World War II, the US Navy made a classic logic mistake that almost cost them their bomber fleet and maybe even the war. Let's see if it would have fooled you too. So here's what happened. In Europe, US bombers were getting shot down left and right by Nazi Germany. So naturally, the US military wanted to add protection to the planes so they didn't get shot down. So here's what they do. They take all the planes returning from battle and they map out exactly where they're shot. And it looks like this. Now, if it were you, where would you add the extra metal protection? Well, this is what they thought. Add it to the red because that's where it's shot. So let's add more metal there and it'll be protected. But their mistake is this. These planes are returning from battle safely. So this means these red bullet holes are where planes can get shot and still return home. But what we're missing is all the planes that were shot down and never returned. So instead, what we want to do is add metal to where the red isn't, because that's where if you're shot, you'll be shot down. So after the military added metal to the cockpit, the fuel tanks, and the engine. Thankfully, they weren't fooled by the survivorship bias. Did it fool you?
3 ways you're making your home a target for criminals. Number 1, you've got mail. Like tons of it. Instead of asking your neighbor to bring it in for you, you left it for me to see that you're on vacation. Nice one, Dumbo. Time for me to break in. Number 2, not having a dog. Okay, maybe a less friendly one. Not bad, maybe not loud enough. Perfect. If that little guy barks, the whole neighborhood would be alerted. Without a dog, though, who's gonna know I just stole your PlayStation? And number 3, letting your daughter marry Kyle.
Oh, hey, what's up? You wanna watch me and my homie Bryler ride our dirt bikes in the CVS parking lot?
Studies show up to 66% of burglaries are committed by someone you know.
No, I'm just borrowing this. I'll pay it back.
So you don't mind if I tell your father-in-law you'll be taking it?
Bro, don't. No, McKinley's dad already hates me.
I can't imagine why. 3 ways you're making your...
Son, I think it's time we had the talk.
The talk? Dad, don't you think I'm too young? I'm only 3 years old.
Son, there comes a time in every man's life.
Oh God, this can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Where his body starts changing.
Come on, Daddy, you really don't have to do this.
Things, you know, start getting bigger.
Oh my God, Dad, why? And you start to find girls more attractive in other ways. Dad, just be a human and talk to me normally. And subscribe to Ian Boss for more funny videos. So, when the time comes, just remember to be respectful and use protection. Wait, that's what this talk is about? Wait, you already knew all this? Yeah, haven't you ever heard of the internet? I thought you were gonna talk to me about taxes because now that I'd have been scared about. And don't even get me started on health insurance because that's a whole other conversation right there. Son, I think...
One night, this guy, we'll call him Piano Man, he's doing a live street performance. And he's absolutely killing it. And then this woman rolls up and starts pressing on his piano keys. And then, whatever, she moves on and Piano Man keeps playing. But then, she comes back a second time. And look, her friends are back there laughing at the situation because of course they are. Then, allegedly, she reaches down and grabs money out of his tip bucket. And the people around watching, they're not happy. They start booing her. Then, the woman's friend, off camera, I guess, tries to fistfight Piano Man. And the bystanders were shocked. They helped Piano Man pick up his equipment. One guy felt so bad he apparently tipped him his entire wallet. You can have all of it. But then, Piano Man goes home and he uploads the video to TikTok. And it blows up immediately, because people are pissed. Did she really steal his money? What the hell is wrong with people? I can fix her. Here's one night, this
Burger King once sold a black Whopper that ended up turning everyone's poop green. Let me explain. In 2015, the company wanted to introduce a spooky Halloween burger, so they decided to make one with black buns. But in order to do this, they had to add a lot of blue food coloring, which ended up mixing with the yellow bile in people's stomachs. And blue mixed with yellow, well, you get it. Burger King once
If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across. If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across. If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across. If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across. If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across. If your entire fingernail was removed, it would take about 6 months to grow from its base to tip. Random facts that will shock you, part 26. Around 1 in every 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan. Australia has pink and purple lakes. Dentistry is the oldest profession in the world. The hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you. France is the world's most visited country. There's a website that tracks the world's population in real time. Technically, it would take an hour to drive to space. King Charles owns all the swans in England. Sumo wrestlers make babies cry for good luck. International astronauts must be able to speak Russian. At least one of the colors of the Olympic flag appears on all the national flags. Vacuum cleaners were originally invented as a horse-drawners. There are more than 24 time zones around the world. Ants can lift and carry more than 50 times their own weight. There's a Lego bridge in Germany that you can walk across.
So unfortunately, NASA says we won't be a Type 1 civilization until the year 2371. We currently sit at a 0.73 on the Kardashev scale, which is a theoretical method for ranking civilizations based on their technological achievements and energy consumption. Being a Type 1 would mean that we are able to harness 100% of the Earth's renewable energy through wind, water, and solar. Even natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes would be generating energy for us. We would have complete control over the climate, could regulate global temperatures, terraform parts of our own planet and places like Mars and Venus. And the best part is that we would have so much energy that it would most likely be free. Now, the only catch is that we actually have to make it to the 24th century in the first place. So unfortunately, NASA says we won't be a Type 1 civilization until the year 2371. We currently sit at a 0.73 on the Kardashev scale, which is a theoretical method for ranking civilizations based on their technological achievements and energy consumption. Being a Type 1 would mean that we are able to harness 100% of the Earth's renewable energy through wind, water, and solar. Even natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes would be generating energy for us. We would have complete control over the climate, could regulate global temperatures, terraform parts of our own planet and places like Mars and Venus. And the best part is that we would have so much energy that it would most likely be free. Now, the only catch is that we actually have to make it to the 24th century in the first place. So unfortunately, NASA says we won't be a Type 1 civilization until the year 2371. We currently sit at a 0.73 on the Kardashev scale, which is a theoretical method for ranking civilizations based on their technological achievements and energy consumption. Being a Type 1 would mean that we are able to harness 100% of the Earth's renewable energy through wind, water, and solar. Even natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes would be generating energy for us. We would have complete control over the climate, could regulate global temperatures, terraform parts of our own planet and places like Mars and Venus. And the best part is that we would have so much energy that it would most likely be free. Now, the only catch is that we actually have to make it to the 24th century in the first place. So unfortunately, NASA says we won't be a Type 1 civilization until the year 2371. We currently sit at a 0.73 on the Kardashev scale, which is a theoretical method for ranking civilizations based on their technological achievements and energy consumption. Being a Type 1 would mean that we are able to harness 100% of the Earth's renewable energy through wind, water, and solar. Even natural disasters like tsunamis and earthquakes would be generating energy for us. We would have complete control over the climate, could regulate global temperatures, terraform parts of our own planet and places like Mars and Venus. And the best part is that we would have so much energy that it would most likely be free. Now, the only catch is that we actually have to make it to the 24th century in the first place. So unfortunately, NASA says we won't be a Type 1 civilization until the year 2371. We currently sit at a 0.73.
You cannot skydive through the first struts of the Miriam-Turner Bridge due to an invisible wall. However, if you go to the other side of the bridge, this set of supports, no invisible wall. You can go right through. A jet engine has enough power to make a motorcycle do a front or a backflip. Watch this. It's kind of amazing. The best part is, it'll do it for any bike. Perfect backflip. It's impossible to shoot a grenade or a rocket through the open doors of the Insurgent. Huh. So the RPG can't do it, the grenade launcher can't do it. The only thing that I found that really can, that's explosive, is the railgun. There is no way to stop or destroy the clock tower. Rockets, sticky bombs. I tried a helicopter with explosive ammo. Nothing works, so I guess you'll always know what time it is. Mountain lions are afraid of BMX bicycles. Little did.
Meanwhile, while the giant Asian hornets are busy cutting meat, a human throws a white polyethylene flag or a bird feather over them. Now the nest of these hornets is doomed. As soon as they return home, a terrible thing will happen. The white flag is used by hornet hunters to track the location of the hidden hive. The tracking is done either visually or by drone. Once the area where the hornet has landed has been clarified, men in overalls move into that square. They wouldn't last long without it. Having discovered the nest, the hunters dig it up, gathering all the inhabitants into containers. In a futile attempt to fight back, the hornets raise a menacing rumble. The next step is to destroy the future of the colony, their eggs and larvae. But what will bury this hive?
Would you want to visit space in a luxury balloon? Well, this will be possible sooner than you think. The French startup Zefalto is looking to offer balloon flights into space as soon as 2025, but it won't come cheap. You can expect to pay a whopping $132,000 per person for your seat. For that price, you will launch from France, enjoy some French fine dining during the flight, everyone will get their own window seat and access to the onboard Wi-Fi. You will be up there for a total of 6 hours, reaching a maximum altitude of 25 kilometers. Get this video enough likes and I'll try and convince them to send me on the first flight, and I'll...
The 3 most protected people in the world. The first one will shock you. Number 3, the Pope. The Pope probably resides in the most fortified city in the world, Vatican City, located near Rome. He also travels in a bulletproof Pope-mobile. He's constantly accompanied by guards. These guards are a top-tier military force made up of elite former Swiss soldiers. Number 2, Vladimir Putin, the man who's been shaking Europe since he became Russia's president. He's safeguarded by the Federal Protective Service. This agency comprises agents transferred from the FSB and other elite Russian intelligence services. Number 1, Kim Jong-un. The North Korean leader has astonished everyone with his security arrangements, which is understandable given his numerous adversaries. Around $20 million are spent every year to protect Kim. He always travels in an armored limousine and heads the Supreme Guard, which consists of 100,000 soldiers dedicated to his protection.
911, what is your emergency?
Yeah, I'm about to get freaky with this girl, but I'm in her bathroom right now because I'm nervous.
Hurry up, Jimmy. What's the holdup?
Oh god, she thinks I'm an expert.
Okay, sir, calm down. Have you done this before?
No, I've never done this, and I told her I could last a while.
Okay, sir, in order to last as long as possible, you're going to need to think of something unpleasant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, imagine she looks like the girl from The Exorcist.
I mean, she kind of bad, low-key, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're right.
Ah, see, I knew it.
Alright, focus up.
Okay, my bad.
Alright, imagine she looks like your grandma.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm gonna try that.
Alright, you got this.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, Grandma.
Oh my god, you got my eye! What the actual fuck?
I'm sorry, I thought that would work.
What would work?
The 911 operator gave me advice and told me to think of my grandma.
Your grandma?
Stop saying her name.
Bro, what?
Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Yo, look, I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend. Too much.
This is a McPickle. Yes, you heard that right. The McPickle was an April Fool's joke by McDonald's a few years ago. This means it's not real, right? Well, not quite. After seeing the April Fool's ad, a man went to his local McDonald's to order one, and they actually made it for him. This is...
Can you trespass on your own property?
Jada, open the door!
Ron, get out of here. I told you I don't want you coming here anymore.
We can work things out. Give me another chance.
Ron, we're getting divorced. If you don't leave, I'll call the cops on you for trespassing.
Good luck. The house is in my name. I can't trespass on my own property.
You can, and you are, when the judge granted me possession of the house, aka the right to live here.
No.
Hey, babe. Who's this?
No!
What is that? A talking block? What'd you call me? I'm not a block. I'm Steve from Minecraft. Oh, Who are you? from Minecraft. I'm Jonesy from Fortnite. Hey, that's a cool bow you've got there. Oh, thanks, Fortnite Ian. We've got guns here in Fortnite, but it's whatever. Okay, cool. We can build things here. Yeah, we can too. We can customize our own skins and wear armor. We don't need to do that. We have all the cool collabs. At least we have a storyline. Storyline, yeah. That a 5-year-old kid can beat in one day. We have cool emotes. We build friendships here. You destroy friendships there. Wait, what? I'm out here farming right now. My friends are at home building a house. I bet you're playing solos. I have a lot of friends. What was that thing you were doing? The L dance? Is that for Loner Boy? Loner Boy, Loner Boy. You mother... You want to go? I'll take you on, fool. Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. Hey, do you guys have bowl bucks? Is that one of your friends? No, it's not. ABC to adopt me? What is that thing? No! Hey, where you go?
Why are you reading a washing machine manual? This is not a washing machine manual. What do you mean? It says General Electric right on. Yes, General Electric, maker of the GAU-8 Avenger machine gun on the A-10 Thunderbolt. First of all, that's a Warthog. Second of all, Fairchild Republic makes the A-10. Fairchild Republic makes the A-10. General Electric makes the machine gun. So you're telling me that the people that make that are the same people that make that? Yes, that one spins to make something clean, that one spins to make something disappear. It's really not that complicated. You don't find it weird that a company that makes toasters is a company that also vaporizes people? Vaporize is not the right word. I neutralize targets, but toasters, machine guns, it's all just engineering. God, capitalism is weird. Why are you reading a washing machine manual? This is not a washing machine manual. What do you mean? It says General Electric right on. Yes, General
So, what's it been like living on Earth the past 3 years? You know, the usual, some rich white guy won the election and all hell broke loose. What do you mean by that? What do I mean by it? Bro, first we got COVID. COVID? The hell is that? Do y'all not have intergalactic news or something like that? COVID? The virus that almost wiped out the entire human race? Hey, so do you guys actually use toilets or? You didn't know what COVID was? Oh my god. We're messing with you. So COVID and then everything went downhill. People didn't do their jobs correctly. Everyone had to be trapped in their own homes. Quarantined, you mean? Yes, I was trying to explain it in a way that you would. Of course you know what quarantining is and not what toilets are. Alien. Okay, so rich white guy, your leader, which you should totally take us to later, started COVID and then... Wait, what? Keep going. Oh! So what?
Yo, Donnie, since Obama's not here, can I ask you something?
Sure, Joe, what's up?
But this must stay between us. You can't talk about this with Obama.
Of course, it will be our little secret.
Promise me, please. I really don't want Obama to know we had this conversation.
Yes, Joe, I promise.
Okay, would you say the N-word for a Big Mac?
Joe, what kind of question is this? You're gonna get us in trouble?
Don't worry, nobody can hear us.
Damn, if I'm being honest, I'd say that shit for a Snickers bar.
Wow, really?
Yeah, bro, I just love food.
There's a reason I'm asking you this.
What is it?
Bush offered me to say the word for a scoop of ice cream, and I said it, but then I felt really guilty about it.
It's okay, bro. You couldn't resist the temptation. It's not your fault.
Thank you for comforting me, man. I really appreciate that. I owe you for this one.
It's no problem, Joe. I always got your back.
Thanks, Donnie. I appreciate it.
What's up, guys? What are you up to today?
Nothing much, you know, just chilling. We weren't talking about anything.
Yo, Obama, Trump said he would say the N-word for a Big Mac.
What?
What?
He said he'd say it even for a Snickers bar.
Trump?
Joe!
Are you freaking serious right now?
He's lying. He is the one who said it for a scoop of ice cream.
Joe would never do that.
Yo, Donnie, since Obama...
First time